Hello everyone, I'd like to go over with you today the instructions for your lab reports. First, after you log into Canvas, click on the Modules button and then go to the module that says Lab Reports. There you will see a sample lab report, a discussion example, and a rubric for the cereal grains lab report and your fish and poultry rubric. So first I want to go over with you the elements that you need to include in your lab report. So if you click on the sample lab report, this is the document when you open it, and your lab report needs to include, first of all, the title. So you put the name or the title of the lab and your last name. For example, starch cookery and cereal grains, or the fish and poultry, as well as your last name. Please be sure that you put your last name beside the title of your lab. After the title comes your purpose and objectives. What was the purpose of this lab? What did you learn in this lab? And again, here's an example. The purpose of this lab was to understand the process of gelatinization by preparing 3 different grains. After the purpose is the procedures. What did you do in this lab? Now please keep in mind you do not need to type out word for word what you did, but you need to be specific in telling me what experiments and recipes that you prepared. For example, you followed experiment 4 in the lab manual using the following grains. We prepared the peanut butter chocolate chip cookie recipe. What did you exactly do in this lab? The next category is the data. You need to put or attach your completed data tables that you filled out during lab. These are your tables under your experiments that you did, or sensory evaluation tables. You need to put this under the data section. You cannot take pictures with your phone and attach them there because it is not going to be professional looking. A lab report is a professional report that you are submitting to me, and photos of your data tables with your handwriting, number 1, are hard to read sometimes, and number 2, it is not professional looking. So if you do submit the photos, remember that you will receive 0 points because they are not acceptable in this lab report. So you have to make your own data tables and either attach it or just enter it into the body of your Microsoft Word document. Then you have the discussion, and last, the question and answers. So on the discussion, it flows from your data tables. Look at your data tables first, and you're going to tell me what that data means. And you're going to discuss it in the discussion section. If your results deviated from the expected outcome, then you need to tell me that in the discussion. Also, you can tell me what you could have done differently to obtain the expected outcome. If your results were correct, you can also tell me our results were correct. And last in the discussion, you need to tell me how can you envision using this information from this particular lab as a nutrition professional in the future. Now, another document that I want you to look at is the discussion example. And if you open up the discussion example, I'm not going to read it to you word for word, but you can see that it has a lot of detail. They are discussing what the results mean in the data tables. For example, in table 7.2, the thick sauce was doubled in order to create enough thick white sauce for the macaroni and cheese. The second experiment, the white sauces was close to what was expected. However, the very thick sauce performed better on the line spread test than did the thick sauce. So they went into a lot of detail telling me what the data means. Don't assume that I know all what the data means. I need to know, what does the data mean? They also mentioned about the recipes. Yes, the recipes are sensory evaluation. You can tell me how they tasted, the texture, the appearance. And you see here at the end, they put how this information is important for a nutrition professional. So make sure that you put that in there, how this information from this lab is very important for a nutritional professional. If not, you will lose points. Now, I want to show you how it is you receive 30 points for this lab report. So I want to show you how it is broken down. If you click on the Starch Cookery Cereal Grains Lab Report rubric, you will see how it is broken down. Each section. There you have the title, the purpose, the procedures, the data, the question and answers, the discussion. It's letting you know how many points you are going to receive for each section. In the questions and answers section, they need to be typed. The question needs to be typed and the answers need to be typed, of course, with the correct answer, and provide detail in the answer. If it says to explain in detail, you need to explain in detail, not just one or two sentences. So please make sure that you look at the rubric to see how the points are broken down. Make sure that you look at the discussion example and the sample lab report so that you can score high on your lab reports this semester. I hope that you found this video helpful, and have a good day.